Hello lovelies, I'm back. So today's video is my unboxing of my new Jaclyn Hill palette and products that I purchased from Morphe. Okay, so I received my parcel. Believe it or not, I got this like 2 days ago, nearly 3 days ago. And I've had to just leave it here waiting because I really wanted to do this on camera, but I have just had such a busy week trying to fit in fitness and the children, and I had a lease off yesterday, and you know, it's just busy all the time, but that's what life is, so let's crack on. Right, so I'm just going to open this one up. Let's see what we have. Okay, the things that are on top are like the last things I want to talk about, so I'm just going to move them aside. Okay, so here is my Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. So I use the Volume 1, it's not called Volume 1, but I use her first one so much. I love using it. It's got such great neutral tones in it. Or neutral colours that you can just use for most faces, so especially when I'm doing brides makeups or formal makeups, I can get so many looks out of that palette. So was really excited to try her second one. So I'm just going to open this up here, and you can see on the back she's got a wee blurb and her gorgeous face. I just love it. Right, so it's bubble wrapped in here. Get rid of that. And look at how beautiful it is. So she really loves white and silver. So you can just see it looks gorgeous. Compared to, I'm just going to show you a wee comparison. So this is the first one. You can see that her name is, it's like her signature is on the front of it. And this one here is actually just written out. But they're so beautiful. And they did a few different varieties of this one, but the one that I got had the colours on the back with the names. This one has got nothing on the back, or other than the details about the product. Oh my god, it really is so pretty. I've watched so many people opening this and it is amazing. So do you want to see? So this is what it looks like. They are such beautiful colours. Seriously, they're so beautiful. So you can see you've got quite neutral ones here. I'm just going to try and move around a little bit so I can talk to you like a teacher. So the top row is quite neutral tones. She's got a good mixture of matte and shimmers, but she's also got this new one that she worked on, which is pressed glitter. So it's a little bit hard to see on camera. I noticed when other people were using them, or other people were showing them, but it's definitely a pressed glitter. So when I use it, I'll be able to show you what I mean. You can see you go into some warmer shades here. These three will be, I will use these a lot. Those are my kind of shades. I just love those sorts of colours. You've got some nice fun colours here with these pinks and going into the reds. And lots of these pinks and purples, which I personally don't use a lot of, but they do look so good when you're trying to do a different kind of look, so something a bit more, obviously not for like brides or something, but formal girls it's quite nice on just doing something a bit more fun and funky. So that's those shades, and then down here are more of your like darker, almost vampy kind of colours. So I'm going to have so much fun with this. I do want to do a couple of swatches for you just so that you can see what I mean. So let's go with, I feel like Love Handles. So this colour here will be one that I use quite a lot as a transition shade. So that's what it's like on my finger. And I'm just going to do a swatch on my, so this is a matte shade. So really good for a transition shade or anything that you're going to be using above the crease. And then I'm going to try a shimmer. So I might go this one here, Paolo. She did have a story about Paolo and that it was named after her colleague, her assistant. and apparently like he always blamed things on Paolo. I actually thought it would have had something to do with Friends, but there you go. So this one's the shimmer. It's really nice. The pigments are great. They've got lots of colour in them. It looks really beautiful on. And then what I was waiting for was to try one of these glitters. So I think this one here looks really glittery, this gold one. So she did recommend to use it with your fingers when you're putting it on your face as well. So I'm just going to put my finger in here. Yeah, interesting. It looks more glittery in the pan than it does when it's on my finger. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a glitter when you put it on though. Hope you can see that well. That's really beautiful. So I can see that I'm going to get a lot of good looks out of this. I don't know if I'd use it as much on like my brides, but I can definitely see myself having a lot of fun. Right, I'm just going to wipe that off before I get it all over my jacket. Cool, so yeah, so they swatch really nicely. I'm really impressed with that. Can't wait to try it on my face, so I might do that either later today or tomorrow. And so I just want to point out one other awesome thing about this palette is it's got the names underneath the colours. Thank you so much for doing that, because seriously it's a real pain when I have to like flick this palette around to see what colour it is. Because often when I'm doing trials I actually need to write down what colour I tried on them. So it's going to be awesome that it's straight underneath and I'm going to know exactly what I was talking about. Oh, I'm so excited to try that on my face. Okay, so then the next thing I'm really excited about. Okay, so Jaclyn has her own company as well. So Jaclyn Hill is on YouTube, in case you didn't know. I have watched her for years and have always just really loved her. I just find she's really down to earth, a really fun person. And I feel like I've got to know her really well over the years. Even I feel like she's my friend even though we've never met. So Jaclyn has now started her own company, Jaclyn Cosmetics. So from that she has brought out a highlight collection. So I bought a few things. I didn't buy too much, but I did buy, so this is a palette, a highlight palette, and then I bought 3 of the beaming lights. So I'm going to start with the palette. I don't even want to open it. How beautiful is that box? There's just a cardboard box. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I'll open it. Oh, so this, so just so you know, on the back here it reads, these super creamy highlighters are like a flash of light with every swipe. All right, let's flick it open. So one thing that I found really interesting about this is that these are actually made in Italy, so in Milan, and they are, oh, it's just got a little card in here, I'm reading as I go. Yeah, so they are actually baked, so they're handmade and baked in Italy. And oh my god, you guys. Okay, we'll just get rid of the pretty box. I don't even want to touch this. I'm going to get my fingerprints all over it. So this is the palette. How beautiful is this? Okay, so you can see she's got her name on there. This, it's a little bit hard to tell, but this is actually like a, what do you call it? It's not glass, it's called, I can't think of the name of it right now, but on the top, so that sticks out, so that actually sits up from the face of the palette. She's done it in silver. She does love white and silver, and then on the back it's got that it is the color that this one is the flash. So there's actually 2 colorways that she did. So there's one for lighter to medium tones and then one for medium to darker tones. So this is the flash for the lighter to medium, and the other one is the flare for the darker tone. Okay, so let's open it. Oh my gosh. Right, this is actually quite heavy. I know that the mirror and the perspex on the top would be adding to that, but it's definitely got a bit of weight to it, which makes it feel, you know, like you're paying for quality. Right, so this is what the inside looks like. So it comes with the 4 tones, the 4 colors, sorry. Right, so the first, I'm going to swatch all of these so that you can see what they're like on, because, hey, I get to play with them. Right, so the first color is called Gleam. And this one they described as a lustrous pearl. I'm just going to swipe that on there. Well, it does feel really creamy and looks really nice on. So this would probably be one definitely for a lighter skin tone. It is summer here, believe it or not. And so I do actually have a bit of a tan, but I can definitely still wear that because I'm, you know, I'm not exactly tan. Right, so the next colour is called Iced, which is this one on this finger. And this is called a Lustrous Iced Champagne. Lustrous Iced Champagne. Oh yeah, so it's definitely a warmer tone. It's got the shine in it still. So this is, it's not gold, it's champagne. Like it's a good explanation for it. It's a champagne-y shimmer to it. Okay, so now I'm going to go with Sparks. So this is in the bottom left corner, and it looks a bit yellowy on the finger there. So let's just try here. And it actually doesn't go yellowy on the skin in real life anyway. It's got this, so this is your goldy sheen to it. I hope you can see that well. Right. And the last one in the palette is called Mesmerized. So on my pinky there. And this one is a soft peach, a lustrous soft peach, which I totally agree with the name of that. So it looks kind of more like a rosy gold with that shine. So I feel that I personally could use all of those colours. That last one wouldn't be quite so much as a highlight on my skin, but it would be quite a nice glow, like over a blusher or something along those lines. So beautiful. So I'm just going to wipe that off. And now I'm all lustrous. Right, so that is that palette. So it's just stunning. I feel like this is really quality. And I definitely feel like those colours I'm going to get a lot of use out, not only on myself, but also on other people. So yeah, that's very exciting. I don't normally buy really expensive things like that, but there you go. So just so you know, the price for that one is 88 Australian dollars. So that to me is quite a lot of money to spend on a makeup product. So I don't normally spend that kind of price, but I just really wanted to try it. I'm really glad that I did though. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you, I've got 3 of these which are called Beaming Light. So these are loose highlighters. So I got them in 3 colours. I got them in Extra, Amped and Bomb. Okay, so Extra is apparently the most pale one. So I'm just going to open that up, hopefully so you can see. Oh, they trick you. There's an empty bit at the top. So it's not as big as it looks from the box. Oh, but again, beautiful packaging. So it's got Jaclyn's name across there, again with the silver lid. It's like a perspex, so like a matte perspex. Yeah, interesting. They just call it on here a loose highlight, not the beaming light that she called it. So not that that really matters, but just an observation. Cool. So I'm just going to take this little sticky off the inside. Just going to pop that lid back on and tap it into the top. Oh dear, you don't have to shake it very much. I put quite a bit in there. Whoops. So I'm just going to again use my finger just to do a swatch of this. Hopefully the other shimmers will come off my arm. Okay, so this one is Extra. Okay, so it feels, wow. Wow. So what I started saying before I was distracted by how shiny that is, wow, that is so beautiful. That's actually just so beautiful. Okay, before I got distracted. So the palette definitely feels more buttery. This does feel creamy, and I can see that it does go to a cream. So she called it a powder to cream. And it definitely does feel creamy, but I can still, it's just not as smooth as the palette one is. But wow, that colour is amazing. Oh, that's so beautiful. Definitely not something that you could wear every day, in my opinion, but you know, not like something that I would just wear to work, but that is stunning. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to try is Bomb. And this one, oh, so the extra, they call that a Dazzling White Gold. Dazzling is, to say the least. And Bomb is Dazzling Golden, Bomb is Dazzling Golden Sand. So again, just peel that little doofer off. One small shake into the lid. Put it on my finger. Oh, far out. That is seriously so pretty. Honestly, it is not looking anywhere as good in that viewfinder as it is on my arm. Like in real life, it's looking spectacular. I just really hope that that is showing what it actually looks like, because it's so beautiful. Okay, and the last one I got was Amped, and this one is a Dazzling Golden Peach. Oh yeah, it's definitely looking darker than the others. Oh, so again, just one shake into the lid, definitely plenty. Still a wee bit here. They are really beautiful colours. I feel like that peach one is probably going to be my most common, probably the one that I use the most on me because I am so pale, and I've got a pink undertone, so I think that that would actually just look perfect on my skin. It would blend in really well. They are just so beautiful. Well done, Jaclyn. Honestly, they're gorgeous. Yeah, I really can't wait to try them on my face because they are beautiful. But I am going to wipe them off before I get them all over me. Okay, so the Beaming Light highlighters, they are 42 Australian dollars. It does again seem quite pricey, but from what I could see, what I tipped into the lid and compared to what came out on my arm, you're really only going to need a very, very small amount. So that is definitely going to last. I was a little bit confused about what's the difference between the palette and using the Beaming Lights. Because, you know, even the explanation is pretty much going to be using it for the same areas. They have said that for the palette that you are to lightly sweep on targeted areas to highlight your best features. So that, of course, is talking cheekbone, brow bone, Cupid's bow. And then when I looked at the explanation for the Beaming Lights, it basically said exactly the same thing. So now that I've actually played with them and seen them, I feel like the palette is something that you would use more regularly. It's going to have, you could use that over a wider, like over a larger area. So like I explained, some of those colors you could use right over a whole blush if you're wanting to make them look like luxury, if you're wanting to make your blush look nice and lustrous. Whereas these ones, calling them dazzling is exactly what they are. They are very in your face, highlight, like they're definitely dazzling. So this would be more for formals or special occasion type thing. I just like, it's not something that I would put on to go to work, whereas this one I would be able to put this on to go to work. And another thing that you could do is to actually wet your brush and use it as an eyeshadow. So obviously you could just, especially these Beaming Lights, you could just put them straight on the lid, you know, as a shimmery shadow on the lid. But if you wet your brush and put it on, I feel like it would just give it more of that foil kind of look. So it's something that I'll try with that and see how that goes. That way I just feel like I'd get a lot more wear out of it. I feel like the palette is something that I could personally use on a day-to-day use. I could personally use day to day, definitely on my brides. And I quickly just wanted to touch on the other product that she bought out, which was called Mood Light. So apparently it's more like that you put all over, and it's for an inner glow. Again, because I have shiny skin, it's not something that I want. She did say it's really good for brides to have that glow, but in all honesty, that just ends up looking shiny on camera. Yeah, so it's just not something that I wanted to purchase. So those are my exciting new purchases that I got from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. So I hope that you enjoyed my swatching and seeing what I first thought of it. My next video is that I'll actually get them on my face, which is quite exciting. So thank you for watching. I would just like to know what kind of look you would like to see with that new palette. Do you want like an everyday look, or do you want me to just go really exciting and different and out of the box for me and do like a vampy look, or do something with those purples and pinks, because I think I could do something really fun with those too. So flick me a message or comment down below and let me know what you would like to do, and let me know what you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you soon.